I'm the DMV Computerman. Most known computer man in the DMV, baby. Okay, so been working with computers on a repair level for about 8 years. I think I started in 2012. It's a long journey with computers, man. The reason why I got into computers was because before doing computers, I was making beats and I was doing photography. And there was certain programs that I wanted to run, and I had an old computer, an old Dell desktop that my aunt or my mother had bought me when I was in college that I kept, and I was doing stuff on that. Back then, I was making beats in college as well. But I had these computers that they gave me to go to school with, to do schoolwork with. I had cats coming up to my room up at Morgan State, Led Dollars, he be with Gilly the Kid now. I got a couple people that, you know what I'm saying, was rapping up Morgan. That was kind of my jump for production because I made good beats. I played in the go-go bands, and so I knew how to play the instruments. I knew myself around all of the instruments. So making beats was my thing now, once I got out of the go-go scene. So people would come to my room for that, but I really didn't have the right computer. And as we was doing these recording sessions in my room, I could feel my computer about to blow the fuck up. Like, that shit just felt like the fan was running real hard. A lot of stuff was going on with the computer where I could tell. I was like, damn, this ain't the right shit. But I mean, we gonna make it happen with what we got. So that was, you know what I'm saying, my passion at the time was making the beats and doing that. I was also recording and I was also rapping. And like I said, I was feeling like this computer wasn't really the computer to run these programs I was running at the time. I was running Acid, Fruity Loops. It would handle Fruity Loops pretty well. And then keep in mind, this was a Pentium processor. A lot of people don't know about computers, and I didn't at the time either. But this was a Pentium 4 Hyperthread. It might not even been a Hyperthread. It might just been a Pentium 4. That's what I was running. I'm trying to run Acid and Pro Tools and Fruity Loops. Actually, I didn't have Pro Tools. I had Acid and Fruity Loops. And so I was making beats in Fruity Loops, and I was taking it over to Acid. Then I got hip to this jump. I think it was called Cool Waves, right? This jump would do everything I needed it to do as far as tracking out vocals and layering sounds and stuff like that. But it didn't have a lot of plugins, so it didn't take a lot out of the computer. The computer can actually function with it. So I was doing a lot out of that program, but I knew that the computer could only run certain programs and I'll be able to get a song recorded or completed. Fast forward, I get into the photography game, taking pictures, and now I want to start editing, and I want to use Photoshop. Taking the same computer, slapping Photoshop on it. I'm beating the fuck out of this computer, right? I'm throwing all these high-end, high-processing programs on this weak-ass computer. The computer just, it wasn't really able to handle it, but I was relentless at what I do, so the shit might crash 3-4 times in a night. I'm staying up, I'm trying to complete the project, you know what I'm saying, whatever it took to get it done. If I got restarted 4 or 5 times, I felt like that would just make me better. On the 5th time, that jump was going to look better than it did on the first time. Every once in a while, I might have that motherfucking hit that I just can't recreate, and I lost it. But that was just part of the game back then. Keep in mind, we was doing dial-up internet, shit like that. So, that's my journey of starting on a computer and actually using a computer and understanding that I need to know more about computers. Fast forward to that, I get out of the photography game, and now I'm in the computer game. I'm working at a computer shop, and I'm learning the actual ins and outs of what it takes to build a computer, the different levels of processing power. I'm learning everything it is to learn about a computer. I'm soaking in all this knowledge. And I'm taking it back and saying, well, damn, I wish I'd have known all of this when I was doing the rap shit or when I was doing the photography shit. Because I probably would have excelled a little further in those fields had I known what I know now. But I found out that a lot of people don't know that. So that's when I took the passion of taking that knowledge and being able to use it to create an income for myself, the people that I bring around me, my team, my family. That's how we got into this. Taking that knowledge and I found out how powerful it is and how there's a lack thereof within my community because I didn't have anybody I could call that would be like, bro, yeah, this ain't this what you need right here, Slim. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm this is what you need right here, Slim. I'm that guy. Holla at me. 202-643-2328.
What's up, y'all? It's Cool Ass Jay here, manager of DMV Computerman. Coolest dude in the world.
What got you into computers?
I got into the computers. Well, I've been fucking with computers for a couple of years, but not to this level. I got into this shit probably like a little over 2 years ago, like 2.5 years ago. I always fuck with computers on different levels. I did light design. I used to teach at Duke, so, you know, I was dealing with different kinds of computers. I wasn't fixing computers. I was doing lights and soundboards and shit like that at first. And then I got into teaching at Duke, teaching that stuff. And I left Duke and was teaching out Maryland. And then that's when I ended up in the computer field. Like, the teaching lane kind of slowly got too narrow for me personally. And I wanted to work for myself, kind of. I wanted to be on my own. I knew I couldn't open no school up. Like, I wasn't in a position to do no shit like that. So I just started thinking. Then I fucked around and lost my job. So from there, it was like, all right, what I'm about to do. I don't want to go back to school for teaching type shit. I went to school for IT. Like, I was already good with computers. I had experience with computers. And I like fucking with shit. I like breaking shit apart and putting it together and shit like that. So I went to school for it. Class was easy. It was fun. I came across the DMV Computerman page on Instagram one day while I was just looking for like an internship or a job or some shit. And then I DM'd him. I met bro. And it's been a wrap since then. Like, the class was cool, but it wasn't enough for me. So I used to go home and find shit. I ain't even gonna lie, I went to the dumpster a couple times, grabbed desktops out, seeing what I can fuck with, just to get more familiar with the shit. But once I met bro, that was all she wrote. I ain't really had no much worrying like to do. He saw me, he fucked with me, and he gave me a shot. It's been the sky's the limit since then. You know, I've been here running the shop. I've been with bro. I've been with bro in 2 years. Literally, February the 4th will be 2 years I've been fucking with Cardo, man. So hopefully we'll be opening up my shop sometime this year. Like I said, the sky's been the limit since then, bruh. You know, I ain't got no complaints. I love the customers. I love what I do. The customers seem to love me. So this my shit. Fuck it. I'm taking my talents to Southeast next.
My name's Mike.
So when you get into computers, bro?
I kind of been messing with them all my life, and I really got into like the hardware side of it probably like 3-4 years ago.
What piqued your interest in computers and stuff?
Well, I've always been pretty good with it, like software, so I was like, might as well learn the whole thing. So I started messing with the hardware, taking computers apart and stuff. Then figured out I can do it.
So how you start working here?
So first I went to Penn State for a little bit, and then I realized college wasn't my thing. So I left, did some door-to-door salesman for Verizon, and I was like, nah, I'm not. I need to do something in my lane. Then I found Cardo's page, hit him up, told him I wanted to start my own business. I needed some experience. He took me in. I did the internship program with him, and then he hired me. And I've been working with him for a year on January 7th.
Like, how has the experience been working here so far?
It's been real good so far. Learned a lot of stuff, got a lot of experience in. And Cardo's really transparent about like the business side, so I get to learn that too. So yeah, so far it's been a great time.
How'd you transition to filming into your own computer shop?
It took time of just learning everything and knowing that this was something I kind of like and I want to do it for like I could see myself doing this for forever. So once I got that notion, it wasn't I feel like doing this forever for somebody. It was, yeah, I feel like I can do this forever. And I see how much money this person that I'm doing it for can make. I can do this for myself. So yeah, that's how we went.
How'd you put together your team for your shop?
So originally, I was running a store out in Baltimore for an unnamed company. I ran that store for, I would say, 2, maybe 3 years. First year was pretty good. And then the years after that, it was a slight decline in what the store was actually bringing in. It was a franchise situation where they had multiple stores everywhere, so all the stores had to be ran on the same policies and price-wise. Everything had to be kind of identical from store to store. So the store owners would come together and we would put our input in on, what we think the company as a whole should do to help the individual stores succeed. The company really wasn't trying to hear a lot of our ideas. I'm not sure why we even had the meetings. But that's when I was like, all right, I'm going to have to branch out from this shit because the growth that I could see this company having, I don't see them having it with not being open to these ideas that we was bringing to the table. So yeah, as we bring these ideas to the table, some ideas would be taken in accountability and some ideas was brushed off. A lot of my ideas, I felt like a very large percent of them was brushed off. People didn't take the ideas and giving it much thought past the little conversation we may have at the round table meetings. That's when I was like, all right, nobody gonna take you and what you can bring to the table as serious as you can bring to the table. So that's when I decided I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna team up with another guy I thought had some good ideas at the round table, and we gonna put something together. So me and my partner Quentin, we got together. We started 99 and Up Computers in 2014. By August, it was on and popping. We had already had our business articles of organization. We had a tax ID number. We had everything a business needed to say that they was official business and they can run. And then from there, it was just going and getting merchandise and finding a location to move the merchandise. After that, we went to Craigslist, got us some merchandise from a barter deal we set up with a former customer that had about 40 or 50 computers that needed to be repaired that the schools was throwing away. We took and did a barter deal with that person, and that got us our first batch of inventory. So we worked for free for that one time to get us in business. A lot of people had this notion where when you starting out, you can't work for free. Well, if the deal is right, if the deal is structured up for the back end to look good, then I think that you should. That's pretty much how we got our thing going, is we did that barter deal. I structured the deal the way it was a 50-50. We do all the work for free. You give us half the products that we worked on. And you don't owe us nothing, we don't owe you nothing. And we took about 20 computers and started moving them through Craigslist. As we saw Craigslist was moving slow, we decided to ramp it up. We went to the flea market, tried to wholesale. This is a funny story. So the first day we up at the flea market, we go up there, we trying to wholesale our product. We trying to see if any computer vendors want to buy in bulk 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 laptops or computers so that they can resell. But I guess they looked at us like crackheads, or I'm not sure, but the numbers that they was trying to pay and what we was trying to get for it, we had already had a knowledge. We've been in a corporate side of this. We've been at a higher level than what these people at the flea market was at before. So it was kind of funny that they was trying to play with us. So we said, all right, next week we'll be up here. We got a vendor's license and everything, so we'll be up here. Y'all will see us. And that's exactly what we did. We came up there, and we already knew what their prices was because we had already met with a lot of these vendors. So we knew where we could come in and beat them. And we went in there and we spanked them. We spanked everybody. I'm talking about a lot of the vendors, if you wasn't messing with us, you was out of there within about 2 or 3 years. Real live. And we had some competition that came and tried to send out anonymous letters to the market to try to get us out of there, try to just cause disruption. But yeah, we remained solid and we got them up out of there. Actually, we ain't even had to do nothing to get them up out of there. We ain't had to use none of them tactics they was using. It was just straight cold hard, stealing all their customers from just doing good business and having good prices and being fair with folks. We saw that they was robbing people in that jump. A lot of the computers that we was selling, they was like 5 or 6 times the price at their spot. So we got them up out of there. And the crazy part about it was they wasn't from our neighborhood. If you dig what I'm saying, these people that was in there doing business, they weren't even from our neighborhood. And they just taking our money and overcharging our people. So I'm proud to say we got him up out the flea market. It is what it is.
So what's the journey been like since starting with the DMV Computerman?
No, hey.
Yo.
That's what I want you to ask. How he go back in time and they gonna give you all the stories.
Man, that shit was different. It was different. First day in the shop, I ain't really know what to expect. I ain't know Al, I ain't know Quet, I ain't know none of them niggas outside the shop, and Cardo wasn't there. The way I started, I was filling in for his business partner, who shall not be named. So I was filling in for him, like doing his shift, and I was getting paid for it. So it was weird because I wasn't really learning much. I was just doing fire sticks. I learned how to do fire sticks, and I was just sitting in the back of this shop, like on my phone or doing whatever and shit. And it was weird, man. We had the niggas outside doing their thing. It was kind of boring then though. Also, like things ain't really started to pick up until the business partner left. When he left, then Cardo started doing things how he wanted to, which kind of broadened the horizons and opened up more lanes. So we started, I started meeting more people. I had also got acquainted with all the niggas outside too. Me and Al and Mark, Quet, we all had a fucking rapport. We got Rick in the shop chilling. Hey, you don't even know, Slim. For the first 4 months, Slim, I thought Rick was security. Like literally, when you walked in the shop, Rick will always be sitting in this fucking chair. He still do it. He sit in this chair as soon as you walk in the shop at the Marlboro Pike. He sit in that chair. And Rick don't really got no job. He just sit there. Like, he just sit there. He had conversation. He watch TV. That's that. I ain't really know what the fuck Rick did. But I know he always had his veteran hat on and shit. I know Cardo and Al would sometimes share stories and shit about the old days. So, and they talk about Rodney and shit, who was the other dude who owned the shop. So, I would I knew that's how Rick kind of got started in with the crew and shit, but I thought Rick was security, man. I asked Carter that shit one day, bro. He laughed me the fuck out, bro. He laughed me the fuck out. I thought Rick was security. We had some crazy times. I almost had to fight a nigga. An old nigga, too. That shit was crazy. Carter, don't go outside, man. Jay, don't take your ass outside. Go in the back. Go sit the fuck down, slut. Yeah. It's been ups and downs. It's been great. I don't got no complaints. Like, it's never been nothing I couldn't handle or nothing that, made me feel any type of uncomfortable way or no shit like that. But being a black-owned business it's an experience in its own. Because we don't get the same treatment. Like, we talk about it all the time. Like, motherfuckers do shit that, nigga, would you go to Walmart and ask them this shit? Like, would you call Best Buy talking the shit you talking to us? Would you expect that out of them? What you expecting out of us? Just because we a black-owned business type shit. Like, but it's great times too, though. We've had great laughs with customers, man. We've had great times with our customers. We got great customers. So, it's ups and downs. It's definitely a journey. And sometimes, shit, you at the top, sometimes you at the bottom. We done had days where Cardo came in, like, bugging, like, worried. Like, I don't know, Jay, how we going. But what I can say is he always make that shit happen, bruh. He always let me know the plan, let me know what he need me to do. He do his part, I do my part. It should always come together. So I can say that. Like, I got a lot of confidence in him because what he's already shown me. But it's real because it's not like, even though I do work for him, technically I work with him. Like, I know he my boss, but it's really like we partners in this. Like, don't much go on without him running it past me first, and I don't do nothing without running it past him first. So, that's something we got going for us. With that being said, I see a lot of the business side of it. I see a lot of employee side, but I also get a lot of the business side, a lot of the financial side, a lot of the paperwork, accounting work, all of that. I get to witness all of that firsthand because I'm always right beside him, and he's also molded me to own my own business. So it's definitely a journey, man. I've taken some hits, you know. He showed me some things. I've jumped out there, fell on my fucking face a couple times. I also jumped out there and hit the ground running a couple times too, so it's great, you know. I don't know. What you wanted, some stories or some shit? Got some stories now. Crazy shit that didn't happen. You know, I used to travel out Baltimore every weekend when we was running the joint, cause you know I'm a Southeast nigga. So I used to get on the MARC train and really travel out to B-more every Saturday morning and go kick it with them. And we used to boom out there. It really wasn't a Saturday we went out there and they ain't make our mark we was intending for. And it was always a good time. The vibes was always good. We seen some drama out that motherfucker too though. We also seen drama at our shop. Like I was saying, my story, you know, we had this lady come in. And she came in to get her computer fixed, pick her computer up or something. And we was crowded. We was packed. Mind you, we was at the old shop. The old shop was tiny as shit. It was 2-on-1. So, and we was flooded. Al had some customers. He was doing some business. So, it was a lot going on. We finally working with the lady. And her man come in, rowdy as shit. Old head dude. Yeah, man, what's going on, man? Woo, this is the third. And I'm trying to be as professional as possible. So, I'm trying to explain to him, like, yeah, I understand that. How can I help you, though? Like, we was crowded. We had a lot of customers. You were flooded at the moment, but yeah, he like, oh no, I ain't even here to get help. I'm here with her. I'm here with my lady. I just been sitting outside the car waiting. I'm like, oh, well, in that case, we working with her now. I guess that wasn't enough for him. He wanted to get off his chest what he had to get off his chest. I wasn't trying to hear that shit. I nicely told him, look, I understand your frustration. I apologize about the inconvenience. And I ain't like the way he was talking to me, so I asked him, I was like, but I'm going to have to politely ask you to step out the store. Like, because I just ain't like the vibe and shit. I guess he didn't like me asking him to step out the store. So he kind of got upset, like, what? Step out the store? I was like, yeah, sir, like, I'm trying to work with her. You in here rowdy. Like, you kind of disrupting the flow of things. And he ain't really like that. So he got to talking all crazy and shit. Talking about, oh, step outside, all right, step outside now. And I was with all of that shit. I was with all of it. But all of them was like, Jay, don't go outside. Carter was like, hey, don't you take your ass outside. I was like, fuck no, I'm going outside. He was like, nah. Mind you, shit wouldn't have went nowhere anyway. All the niggas outside fucked with me. They fucked with just the short period. They wasn't letting no shit go down anyway, but I wasn't either. So I was ready to go outside and fuck some shit up. I ain't care how old he was, what the case may be. He wasn't even like no old nigga. He was like in his 40s probably, you know. But yeah, I've had a few incidents. I had Cardo smack me once. I had Cardo smack me once. It was all love though. I understood it. I wasn't mad, but he definitely smacked me once. But that's because I had a customer get out of line.
A moment I wasn't really ready for when Jay was about to fight this guy because he was talking crazy.
And I was trying to be polite, but he wasn't. And I lost my temper. So I got out of line with him. And I told him, like, it was over the phone, but I told him, like, all right, well, come on up here to the store then. I'm up here. Ooh, Cardo smacked me like, shut up. Cardo was just letting the nigga go. He was just letting the nigga go off. I was feeling real disrespected because all that shit was intended for me. I ain't fuck with it because I'm a humble guy. I'm a chill guy. Very respectful. And I expect all that shit in return. I treat people how I like to be treated. So he kind of lost his temper, and I kind of tried to get him back, and he acted like he wasn't trying to get back. So I put Cardo on the phone. While he was talking to Cardo, he just got to talking wild about me, and Cardo was just letting the nigga talk. I had to say something because I was feeling, you know. We was on the shop phone, you know, that joint on speaker. We had customers in the shop. I felt some type of way. And then Carter fucking smacked me. He apologized though. It was, like I said, that's a break. It wasn't no love lost, but he had to bring me back because I was kind of zoning out and he saw it. We had our stories, man. Good stories, bad stories. Lost a good bro, like one of our good friends, man. By the old shop, man. We wasn't there when it happened, but still. Had we not been out Baltimore, we would have been. You know, that shit fucked us up though, man. But that's life, man. 2020, we lost a lot of people. You know what I mean?
What was your first day like?
My first day. Well, when I first started.
Get him in his zone. Get him in his comfort.
Go ahead back in your seat to your spot. Get comfortable.
If I remember, my first days was kind of short because I was still like an intern and I was coming in like for 4 hours in a day, and it was kind of weird because off the bat they trusted me a lot because they used to just leave me there by myself after a while. But then later I found out they was actually like coming to the new shop and stuff, and they was dropping packages off. But I always found it kind of weird that they left me. After a while, I got to see how overwhelming it could get by yourself. But it taught me a lot of patience and how to multitask it. At first, I started off doing a lot of fire sticks. I still do, but that was like one of my main objectives back then. And then I slowly started doing the computer stuff once I started getting paid, because if I broke something before, there was no way for me to pay it.
What's some memorable moments you had?
I would have to say a moment I wasn't really ready for, when Jay was about to fight this guy because he was talking crazy. It was kind of weird seeing that happen. Some memorable moments when I made a lot of sales by myself. Felt good about that.